I hope you like this, but we have to take a moment of silence for this.
Let's go. Fearfully and wonderfully made. God on my side, I'm never afraid. Right. Walking in purpose and living my destiny. I gotta tell my story. I wanna help somebody, help somebody be free.
Greetings, Savvy Stylers, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Sharon McDaniel, InStyle PhD, Fashion to Lead. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Today, we're going to be talking about accessories. But before we do, we're going to have our leadership minute. So remember last time we talked about the principles of servant leadership with Robert Greenleaf. Well, we talked about the 5. There's 10 altogether, and we're going to talk about the next 5. So I will look down at my notes again. I want to make sure that I'm talking about them in a way that you can understand them. And that means that I have to look at my notes. Okay, so we talked about listening, empathy, healing, awareness, and persuasion. This time we'll talk about conceptualization, foresight, stewardship, and commitment to growth of people. At the end of the day, Robert Greenleaf said that people can only lead and ascend to leadership if we are building them, and we build them from the ground up. He had a concern about this hierarchical process of leadership. And so he believed in the inverted pyramid. The people at the bottom start at the top and that they lead. So the next time you think about your leadership, how are you growing people? Are you engaging in conceptualization? Are you engaging in foresight, stewardship, and commitment to growth of people? Thank you, and I hope you are. I hope you enjoyed that leadership in a minute. So now on to fashion. So we're talking about accessories, as I said. So can we have a moment of silence for this beauty right here? Do you see this? Now, you know the girlies last year, they came out with the Kiss Lock bag, the Coach Kiss Lock bag, and that was the smooth version. And I was, contemplating whether or not I wanted to get that one. And in fact, I got a couple of dupes. But when I saw this one, the crystals, do you all see this? I had to pick this up. You all know I'm a glitz and glamour girl. So I'll be wearing this. I'll be wearing it with blue jeans as well as gowns. So I hope you like this, but we have to take a moment of silence for this.
Shh, quiet.
So someone gave me $1,000 and said, Sharon, what would you use that $1,000 for to add to your wardrobe? I would tell you that it would only be spent on accessories. Accessories can change your life. Why? Because it adds that oomph to the outfit. So you see these earrings, they're a black designer, and I will have the name on the screen. But you see that these are very substantial and different. Now, if I took it off and had a little stud, it wouldn't look the same. So when you think about accessories, it is the thing that can change the game. So we're going to be talking about accessories. I'm going to take you through step by step. As you already know, we talked about sunnies. And if you have not seen the video on sunnies, you can tap the screen and we'll be able to take you to that particular episode. But we're talking about right now, we're going to pull for gloves. I own so many pair of gloves, pretty much every color. It will change the game. You can put these over top of your sleeves. You can, if you have no sleeves. So you can really use gloves to accessorize, and it adds color. It adds oomph to your wardrobe. So our next accessory, they're hats. These are, again, additive to your wardrobe. They can really make an edge to your outfit, making it really stylish. So this one as a captain's hat, right? We can put that on. You see how you can just lean that to the side and how good that looks? Then we have, this is sort of my Chanel hat. I love this hat. It is actually, one of those ones that if you want to be incognito, you see that? Look how nice that looks. So you want to be able to use your hats as an accessory. And then we have our bucket hat. So you can use hats in any kind of way. We know that there are baseball hats. So you can see in the cutaway how I've styled hats. As you all know, I've been styling over on Instagram for about a year. So you can see how I've styled some of the hats over there. So our next accessory, fur collars. Now you all know I like a collar. Now you see how this dress just looks. It's off the shoulder. But wait till I put this on. You see how that amps up the outfit? This is called an accessory, y'all. So I just want you all to think about, if you don't have a lot of money, just invest in an accessory. This actually was from Zara. It was $179. And so I can add this to many things. I can add this to a denim jacket, a dress, a suit. So you want to make sure that you really accessorize with collars. I have several of them, and you'll see them in the cutaway in terms of how I styled them over the years. So our next accessory, scarves. Right? Now, this is a piece of lace. Actually, I thought about this. I said, I saw on Carolyn's feed this absolutely gorgeous lace that was sort of kind of draped behind the back. And I said, guess what? I'm sure that cost a lot of money, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over to Amazon, buy 3 yards of lace, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to style it. Can you look at this? Can you tell me how this looks? Now, let me watch this. You can even put it on your head and drape it like this. You can do so much with this piece of lace. So this costs all of about $9. And so I want you all to know, go to the fabric store, get you some lace, get you some fabric, and you make a scarf. So I hope you like this, but this is amazing. So our next accessory, statement bags, and it doesn't have to be a statement bag, it can be a regular bag. So I just happen to have statement bags here, but a bag will pop an outfit. A bag or a shoe will pop an outfit. You can have a Kmart outfit on, or Walmart outfit, I think is what it's called now. Kmart is gone, y'all. It's Walmart. So you can have a Walmart outfit on, but put a statement bag in a shoe. What you saying? So absolutely. So make sure that you invest, if it's not a designer bag, a leather bag or a good bag. Because I have some other statement bags that are just sort of not, they weren't expensive. They offer some edge to it. So make sure that you invest in your bags. Oops, I forgot to mention this, you all. This was the latest H&M drop. Can you see this bag? Now, I love a fur piece. Now, you all saw earlier with the fur around the neck. This is a fur bag. Do you see how substantial this is? Big. So when I travel, I can use this. But guess what? There's some goodies inside. This is a collar and wait, and a hat. So I'm going to rock these 3 pieces, and I'm going to have to show you how I'm going to style these. I'm sure you're going to love it. Okay, the last 2 items that I'm going to talk about, certainly these stockings. These are Argyle stockings. These are statement fun stockings. So I want you to think about how you're going to add those into your wardrobe. And as you see on the cutaway, I've added them along the way. As I'm styling, I'm thinking about how I could add a pop to my legs. And so using statement stockings or tights will certainly help you. So last but certainly not least is fragrance. We want to smell good, you all. So don't forget to add your fragrance. You know, we can layer our fragrance. And as I told you in my last video, that La Vie Belle by Lancôme happens to be my signature fragrance. So whatever your signature fragrance is, don't forget to add that to your accessory. So I hope you've enjoyed this midweek Wednesday so that we can talk about how do we accessorize our outfits and how we elevate them in doing so. So I hope you enjoyed this. Talk to you soon. Bye now.
Wow, Sharon, thanks for sharing your accessories with us. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment below, share it with a friend. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And please remember to visit Sharon's website at www.fashionfusionbyinstylephd.com. We'll see you next time.